Good morning, all of you, and welcome you all in this platform of OPSC StudyIQ. Good morning, Sasmita, Akshay, Pranam. Hope you people are fine. Audio, video, ठीक अच्छी. Everything is fine. Audio, video, ठीक अच्छी. Start करिबा हमें. So today is 14th of May, and we'll discuss the current affairs of 14th. Okay. Everything is fine, Sasmita. Okay. So confirm karibe. So let's start today's session. Okay. Before I start, let me tell you, StudyIQ is celebrating Great Knowledge Festival, and the sale is valid till 15th May. The sale is valid till 15th May. If you want to join, you can join that before this 15th May, and you can avail the discount. After this sale, price would be around 12,000 or 13,000. So if you want to join in the foundation batch, it covers both prelims and mains. So few details we'll discuss later. So let's start. Thank you, Sasmita. Morning, very good morning. So today's news: Asteroid YR4 Sample Registration System Report 2021, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, My Bharat Portal, and Banam. One-liner current affairs: Justice Suryakant, Virat Kohli, Bhuvan Revu, Mission D3 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System. So these are the few. Okay. So we'll see later, Sasmita. So one-liner and details in current affairs. Let's start. Apart from these two, we have the Odisha current affairs as well. So first topic is the asteroid YR4. Let's see. On 2nd April 2025, NASA announced that asteroid 2024 YR4 has a 3.8% chance of colliding with the moon on December 2032. Okay, so it was a kind of prediction by the NASA, the US space agency, that this asteroid would collide, or there is a chance of 3.8%. So let's see. YR4 is a near Earth asteroid discovered in December 2024 using the Atlas telescope in Chile. It is a small-sized asteroid with an orbit reaching 1.3 times the distance between the Earth and the Sun, making it a near-Earth object. Okay, so it's a small-sized asteroid with an orbit reaching 1.3 times the distance between the Earth and Sun. Okay, making it a near-Earth object. Size and dimensional, if you see, its size is around 65 meters. This asteroid size is 65 meters, which is equivalent to a 10-story building, and it can be classified as a potentially hazardous asteroid as it is less than 140 meters in size, which falls below the standard for a hazard level. Possible collision. Earlier, the probability of YR4 hitting the Earth was reported to be 3.1%. But the latest trajectory analysis has now revealed a negligible probability of its hitting the Earth. So there is a very less chance that this asteroid would hit the Earth. Okay. So what are asteroids? These are very important as far as a geography point of view as well as your science point of view. Okay. What are asteroids? Let's see. Asteroids are rocky remnants, kind of pathara size ro apan kahi paribe. Asteroids are rocky remnants of the early solar system, about 4.6 billion years old. These are leftover material from before the formation of the planets. These are leftover material before the formation of planets. यानी कि planet रो formation हवा पूर्वरु, okay, जो oppositions you can say the residuals or which is of stones you can say. So ये जिनसे गुड़े को हमें asteroid बोले कहूँचे with regular irregular shapes, although some are spherical. Sometimes these asteroids also have small moons and they can also be in binary or triple system. Small moons in the sense ki satellites, okay? Satellites. If the moon is satellite of Earth, small moons in it makes what, or what does it mean? It means satellites, okay? Classification of asteroids. Main asteroid belt, it lies between the Mars and Jupiter. Just remember this thing, very basic fundamental concept, but it can be asked in prelims. Asteroids are found, or the belt of the asteroid you will find in between the Mars and Jupiter, where most of the known asteroids are found. Okay. Hello Birbal, good morning Sika. These share an orbit with the planet and remain stable due to the Lagrange points, that is trojans, where the gravitational force between the sun and the planet is balanced. The gravitational force between the sun and the planet is balanced. Near Earth asteroid, these are the asteroids whose orbits pass near the Earth's orbit. Okay, so these are the asteroids whose orbits where they generally move, keep moving. Orbits pass near the Earth's orbit. Asteroids whose orbit crosses the Earth's orbital path are called Earth crossers. Okay, so there is an orbit of Earth and orbit of asteroid as well. If it crosses the orbit of Earth, then it is known as the Earth crossers. Okay, Earth crossers. Next, sample registration system. Report 2021. Wine News. The sample registration system report 2021 shows improvement in key indicators of Indian demography. Here are some key points. First one is the maternal mortality rate. MMR was 130 during the 2014 and 16, has declined to 93 in 2019 and 21. These data you can keep for your mains answer. Okay, mains answer you can use this data. So first thing is maternal mortality rate. Particularly, you can use it in the GS paper 1, right? In GS paper 1. So maternal mortality rate was 130 during the 14 and 16, which was declined to 93 in 2019 and 21. The target of SDG, Sustainable Development Goals 2030, is to reduce MMR to 70 or less. So this is, we have target till 2030. We have to reduce the MMR below the 70. Now, let me ask you this question. How this MMR is defined? Maternal mortality rate. Please answer in the comment section. How this MMR is defined. Second is neonatal mortality rate. It has declined from 26 in 2014 to 19 in 2021. Okay. SDG 2030 target as 12 or less. So now still it's in 19 and we can expect by 2030 we can reduce it less than 12 we can say. Okay. Neonatal mortality rate. Infant mortality rate. It has declined from 39 in 2014 to 27 in 2021. Under 5 mortality rate, under 5, it has declined from 45 in 14 to 31 in 2021. Okay, and the target is 25 or less. Similarly, sex ratioed birth, it was 899 in 2014, which was increased to 913 in 2021. Okay, 913 in 2021. Now, when we are discussing this MMR definition code, now while giving birth, the death of a mother and this number is calculated from 1 lakh. Okay, 1 lakh live birth re or during the birth kete jana maankar mrityu hochi, the mrityu hara joda kone matru mrityu hara, the maternal mortality rate, right? So similarly, if you see the infant mortality rate, 1 lakh live birth rate, how many child are dying? Okay, 1 lakh live birth, how many children are dying? So that is infant mortality rate. Similarly, under 5 mortality rate means within the 5 years of age, within the 5 years of age. Okay, and new natal mortality rate, this is one aspect, and then the sex ratio, that is the what you call the percentage of male and female. So male and female, if you see 9:13, total fertility rate, this has also in TFR has increased 2.0 in 2021 while it was in 2.3 in 2014. Okay, that means fertility rate, if you see, that means population is gradually stabilizing. The state of Bihar has recorded the highest the fertility rate, total fertility rate, that is 3.0. Okay, or 3 you can say. Life expectancy at birth, it has increased to 69.8 years during 2017 to 21, which was 0.2 years less than 2016 and 20. Life expectancy of men 68.2 years and women is 71.6 years. So you can see life expectancy of women is 71.6 while men it's 68.2. That means women are living more than the men or more years than the men. Economically active population, the proportion of economically active population between 15 to 59 has reached to 66.2%. What we call the demographic dividend. What we call the demographic dividend. More number of working population, demographic dividend, this is 66.2%. Definition of key indicators, the first one is the maternal mortality rate. It is the number of maternal deaths per 1 lakh live birth. Okay, maternal mortality rate, number of maternal deaths per 1 lakh live birth. Many times we get confused, we keep 1000 live births and how many maternal deaths are there. It's not 1000, it's 1 lakh, just remember. Infant mortality rate, this is the number of deaths of infants from one birth to 1 year per 1000 live births. Okay, infant mortality. Neonatal mortality, number of deaths of newborns from birth to 29 days. That means only within the 1 month. Neonatal. Infant 1 year. And under 5 mortality, children from birth to 5 years of age. 1000 live births. Total fertility rate, average number of children born to a woman during her reproductive life. Okay, reproductive life. So these are few definitions and just try to remember. Next, Parkinson and Alzheimer. A new small molecule has been identified that has the potential to prevent cell death and may help treat neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson and Alzheimer's. Okay, neurodegenerative diseases, Parkinson and Alzheimer. So causes of cell death, let's see. Neurodegenerative diseases, nerve cells in the brain slowly die. Okay, so Parkinson and Alzheimer. The Alzheimer, I think you know this, gradually you will lose your memory. Okay, because if you find those or if you see those cells in your brain, they gradually starts dying. Okay, though there is no treatment of this, the only thing you can do, you can slow down the deaths of those cells. Okay, that is the only preventive measures you can say, leading to a decline in the mental and physical ability. This process is accelerated in diseases such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Potential for drugs. While drugs that induce cell death are being developed to treat cancer, drugs that prevent cell death can now be worked on to treat neurodegenerative diseases. Okay, so those cell death are being developed to treat cancer. Now similar drugs are there through which we can treat these neurodegenerative diseases. This discovery can be helpful in treating disease like Parkinson's and Alzheimer, giving new hope to patients. Next, My Bharat Portal. Several programs like Mera Bharat Volunteer Program, Padyatra, Yuva Connect, and My Bharat Portal are being promoted to connect the younger generation with the goal of nation building. He appealed to the youth to join Mera Bharat Portal. Okay. So similarly, now for the next 7 days, we are celebrating the Tiranga Yatra. I hope you must have seen. You also contribute in the Tiranga Yatra on the victory of this Operation Sindoor. We have successfully killed those terrorists who had killed those 26 tourists in Pahalgam. Now, launch. This portal was launched on 31st October 2023. The portal was launched on 31st October 2023 on the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Okay, just remember 31st October 2023, it was already launched, My Bharat Portal, on the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Objective: to promote inclusive youth participation in national development, to promote inclusive youth participation in national development, to prepare youth as a change makers for Amrit Kal and developed India at the rate 2047. Change makers for Amrit Kal and developed India 2047. To provide equal opportunities for learning, volunteering, and mentoring. Okay, so these few objectives are there. First one is the inclusive youth participation. More and more number of youths must be participated and they will contribute in the nation building, number one. Number two, change makers for Amrit Kal, who those youth populations are, and to provide equal opportunities for learning, volunteering, and mentoring as well. Key features: volunteer mobilization. Youth are motivated to participate in the public welfare, disaster relief, and awareness campaign. Digital profile: youth can list their skill, interest, activities, and connect with the opportunities. Experiential learning: youth gain practical knowledge through projects like local bodies, businesses, and NGOs. So basically the objective is to attract youth population so that they can contribute in the nation building, to make this society inclusive, to make the benefits out of those schemes, so that more and more what you call benefits would be prevailed by those deprived sections of the society or the low caste or lower income group. Okay. So mentorship and networking: the portal provides access to mentors and peer networks across the country. Dissemination of government schemes: youth act as ambassadors who spread awareness about the government schemes. So this is the main idea. Those deprived section, most of the time they do not know what are the schemes or what are the rights for their community, or what are the schemes that has been launched by the government. So at least this youth population, they will try to reach out those sections of the society who are the actual beneficiaries and let them know. So these are the schemes or these are the benefits government is providing, so avail it. So this kind of you would say there would be a breeze between the government and the beneficiaries, or what we call the vulnerable sections of the society. Next is Buddha Banam. Telangana Miss World contestant visit Buddha Vanam. Let's see. The contestants of the 72nd Miss World peasant from Asian and Oceanian region visited Buddha Vanam at Nagarjuna Sagar in Telangana on the eve of Buddha Purnima. Buddha Vanam is a Buddhist theme park located on the northern banks of the Krishna River in Telangana. The park is part of the integrated Buddhist circuit being developed by the government of India. I think you must have seen You must have seen that if you see the whole history, mostly those Dalit people or those lower caste people, they started worshipping the Buddha. If you see the this emergence of Buddhism and Jainism in history, this Buddhism and Jainism started accepting disciples or started accepting people, those who were rejected by the social strata or the social order, which was implemented by the Brahmanism. Because this Brahminical society or Brahminical dominancy in the ancient era made deprivation for those lower caste population or Dalit. I think you must have seen, ଯେମିତି ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଥିବେ Mayavati is the leader of this Bahujan Samaj party. They used to worship Ambedkar as well as the Buddha, right? So Buddha is something, Buddhism has been adopted by this lower caste people. So this is one aspect you would be able to know, and it has this connection with this ancient history. Okay, so in history classes we keep discussing those things. So area and objective, if you see, Buddha Banam has an area of 279 acres. It is designed to showcase the life and teachings of Gautam Buddha. Okay. Main sites and structure. Entry gate. This is the main point to enter the park, which displays Buddhist architecture. Buddha Charita Banam. Events from Gautam Buddha's life are depicted here. Buddha Charita Vanam. Jataka Park. The park displays stories from the Buddha's previous life. Jataka Park. Dhyana Banam. It is a peaceful place for meditation. Dhyana Banam. And Stupa Banam. This is the home to magnificent Mahastupa, one of the main sites of Buddhism. Indoor Buddhist Heritage Museum. This house is a collection of archaeological material and artifacts related to Buddhism. So it's complete site for what? You have a place for the meditation, you have a place get to know about the life of Buddha, you have a place like stupa, you have a place, the kind of museum you can see the various aspects of Buddhism and the religion and about the Buddha itself. Okay, so this Buddha Banam, what we call Nagarjunakonda. The site is located near the Nagarjuna Sagar and is famous as an ancient Buddhist center. If you go to the Hyderabad city also, you will find that Hussain Sagar Lake. In between that Hussain Sagar Lake, you will find one long statue of Buddha. Okay, so in Telangana or specifically in Hyderabad, you will find this Buddhism too much, or the spread of idea of Buddhism, and they keep worshipping the Buddha. Nagarjunakonda was named after Acharya Nagarjuna, a prominent scholar of Mahayana Buddhism. Nagarjunakonda, Mahayana Buddhism. I think you know, Buddhism has been divided into two categories, Mahayana and Hinayana. So Nagarjunakonda was a prominent scholar of Mahayana Buddhism. Nagarjunakonda was the capital of Andhra Pradesh during the 3rd and 4th century AD and was an important center of Mahayana Buddhism. Okay. Excavations carried out between 1954 to 1960 revealed remains of Mahastupa, Chaita and Saila Mandapa and Brahminical temples. So 1954, in between 1954 and 1960, excavations found that Mahastupa was there. The stupa, for example, in Dholi also you will find a stupa that has been constructed by the government of India with the collaboration of government of Japan to spread the Buddhism. Okay, so the similar kind of Mahastupa remains were there. Chaita, I think you know this difference, Chaita and Bihara. Okay, Chaita is the place where generally they are worshipped, and Bihara is something what we call the monasteries. So Saila Mandapa and Brahminical temples also you will find in those sites. Okay. Mahayana worship, if you see in your art and culture segment, Mahayana worship, Mahayana sect, what we call, they believe on the, or they are also known as the great vehicle. Great vehicle. And apart from that, they believe, or they started encouraging the ideal worship. Idol worship. Jaka mein murti puja bole koche. They started idol worship, and they started worshipping the Buddha Murti. Okay. Hinayana, if you see Hinayana sect, Hinayana is known as the small vehicle. Okay. Mahayana, great vehicle. Hinayana, small vehicle. Right? So, they did not believe in idol worship, rather they emphasized on meditation. They emphasized on meditation. They emphasized on self-discipline. They emphasized on social order. Okay. So, they did not advocate this idol worship. So, these are the basic fundamental difference between the Mahayana and Hinayana. Okay. So, let's move to the next. One-liner current affairs. Justice Suryakant. Justice Suryakant has been appointed as the acting chairperson of the National Legal Service Authority, known as the NALSA. National Legal Service Authority, known as the NALSA. The appointment was made by the President Draupadi Murmu under the Legal Services Authorities Act 1987. Just remember, this is a statutory body. Okay, because this has been established through an act, that is Legal Services Authority Act. Legal Services Authority Act. And in which part of Indian Constitution this free legal services has been mentioned, or free legal aid? It's the duty of the state. It's the duty of the state to provide free legal aid to the weaker sections of the society. Which article depicts this provision? Please mention in the comment section. NALSA was constituted under the Legal Services Authorities Act 1987, and its pattern-in-chief is the Chief Justice of India. Pattern-in-chief, and that means the head of that agency is the Chief Justice of India. Okay, so please drop this answer in the comment section. Free legal aid mentioned in which article of Indian Constitution? Virat Kohli announces retirement from the Test cricket, as well as Rohit Sharma also we have seen. Virat Kohli has scored 9,230 runs, 30 centuries and 31 half centuries in 123 tests. After becoming the captain, India has won 40 out of 68 tests and scored 7 double century. So apart from this, Kohli also holds the record for most test centuries, 20 by an Indian captain, which is way ahead of Gavaskar's 11 centuries. Just remember, for this unique contribution, or first of its kind contribution, is the first Indian captain who has contributed the highest number of centuries. That means captain Rohi ki century jo kara dech, right? So being a captain, he has the credit goes to him to contribute the highest number of centuries. Kohli made his test debut against the West Indies in 2011 and scored his first test century against Australia in Adelaide the same year. Okay. So he made the test debut in 2011. Next. Bhuvan Rivu, renowned lawyer and child rights activist Bhuvan Rivu, was awarded the Medal of Honor by the World Jurist Association. Bhuvan Rivu, Medal of Honor by the World Jurist Association. This honor was given at the World Law Congress 2025 held in the Dominican Republic. This is the first time that Indian lawyer has received this global honor. Rivu has led more than 60 public interest litigations on child rights in Indian courts, through which he ensured the rights and protection of children. Ensure the rights and protection of the children. Bhuvan Rivu founded JRC and a global legal intervention network and works with more than 250 partner organizations in India, Nepal, Kenya, and US. Okay, so he is a child rights activist. Medal of Honor by the World Jurist Association for this person, Bhuvan Rivu. Mission D3 is a social reform movement started by the tribal youth in Ali Raspur and Jhabua districts in November 2024. Mission D3 is a social reform movement started by tribal youth in Ali Raspur and Jhabua districts in November 2024. This campaign is eliminating practices like dowry, alcohol, DJ music in tribal marriages. That means in tribal marriages you will find such new infiltration of new culture, right? So the full form of this mission D3 is freedom from Dahej, that means dowry, daru, alcohol and DJ. This campaign is started by Bhil and Bhilala tribal youth who are trying to promote tribal marriages are debt free, which is very close to their culture, which is similar to their culture. It's debt free because the father of the bride has to take a debt or loan for this Dahej. So they want to make this marriage debt free, simple and without social evil. This campaign was started by Nitesh Alova and it has the support of local leaders, police and MLAs. This you can write in the GS paper 1 as a case study, in GS paper 2 also as a case study, and those who have the sociology optional, they can also write this example. Such kind of campaign to make the people aware about the infiltration of the social evils in their culture. Because if you have seen the tribal culture, they are not you won't find this biasness. Yani ki if you see the sex ratio, it is good in tribal society and tribal culture than the other community. So in that the discrimination between a girl child and male child, you won't find in the tribal culture. In tribal culture also, some of the tribes you will find they are matrilineal society. Matrilineal means female dominated, right? But if you see the other community or the community which you will find in the mainstream society, they are generally male dominated or the patriarchal society. So this difference you will see in the tribal culture, and this new type of culture, this DJ, alcohol and dowry has been entered into the tribal culture, which making their society a social evil. Okay. Next is high mobility artillery rocket system, HIMARS. The Taiwanese military recently conducted the first live firing of the US supplied high mobility artillery rocket system known as the HIMARS. Okay. HIMARS is a state-of-art multi-purpose rocket launcher capable of launching precision guided rockets and designed to destroy a variety of targets. Precision guided rockets and designed to destroy a variety of targets. That means very defined and targeted enemy you can destroy through this rocket system. It is manufactured by Lockheed Martin Corporation, a leading security and aerospace company in the United States. Lockheed Martin Corporation. Target. The system is useful for destroying artillery, defense targets, trucks, light armor and personal carrier troop movements and supply bases. Moving to the Odisha news. Okay. Fine. So RM batch I have already told you. I will come to that later. Justice D.K. Sripad shown in strength of judges in Odisha High Court goes up to 90. Okay, so the new judge has been appointed. Justice D.K. Sripad was recently sworn in as the judge of the Odisha High Court, increasing the total strength to the 19 judges. The sanctioned strength of the Odisha High Court is 33 judges. Remember, 33 judges, 29 permanent and 9 additional judges. Okay, in the Odisha polity segment in the High Court of Odisha, you can add this point that there are 33 judges have been sanctioned. The total strength of the Odisha High Court, 24 are the permanent judges and 9 is additional judges. The High Court is the highest judicial authority in the state and functions under Article 214 of the Indian Constitution. As you know that India practices an integrated judiciary, but still we have this three-tier structure, but we call it integrated judiciary. Okay. It deals with civil, criminal, constitutional, writ matters originating within Odisha jurisdiction. So, writ in the sense fundamental rights. Article 32 is the writ which is enjoyed by the Supreme Court, and what is the article number for the writ for the High Court? Just mention in the comment section. 32 we have seen for the Supreme Court, and for the High Court 22. Appointments of the High Court judges are made by the President under Article 217 in consultation with the Chief Justice of India and Governor and Chief Justice of the High Court. The swearing in new judges is crucial to reduce the case backlog, ensure timely justice. Judicial vacancies across High Court in India remain a concern, affecting efficiency and access to justice. Yes, 226. Odisha heatwave alert by IMD. The Indian Meteorological Department has forecast intense heat and high humidity across Odisha till May 16, 2025. Moisture would be around, or humidity would be around 70%, 80%. Okay. Daytime temperature in several districts are likely to exceed 44 degrees Celsius within the heat index, further elevated due to moisture-laden winds. So, dry winds and moisture-laden winds. Okay. So, moisture-laden means more moisture or high humidity in the air. Coastal districts will particularly suffer from humid heat wave conditions impacting health. You will feel more dehydrated. It needs water demand and energy consumption. IMD issues such warning under Heat Action Plan framework to mitigate health risk and promote preparedness. Heat Action Plan. Heat Action Plan. It's a kind of disaster. Okay. In disaster management section, GS paper 3 and GS paper 1 geography, there is an overlapping area. So in that area, this topic can be fitted. What is heat wave, let's say? Okay. What is heat wave? How to manage heat wave? So such kind of question you can expect. Vulnerable populations include the elderly, children, outdoor workers, people with pre-existing health conditions. They are more vulnerable. The alert urges citizens to stay hydrated, avoid direct sun exposure between 11 am to 3 pm, and follow local health advisories. This pattern is aligned with broader climate change trends, showing an increase in frequency and intensity of heat waves in the eastern India. Next is Dongariya cons yet to ensure basic human rights. Dongariya Kon, they particularly vulnerable tribal groups in Odisha. How many tribes are there in Odisha? First question to you. Please answer in the comment section. How many tribes are there in Odisha? Number 1. Number 2. How many PVTG communities are in Odisha? Face challenges in accessing basic human rights. The National Human Rights Commission has sought an action taken report from the Odisha Chief Secretary regarding their living conditions. Let me ask you another question. National Human Rights Commission is a statutory body or not? Over 10,000 families are reported to be living in this precarious condition. Issues include lack of access to healthcare, education, basic infrastructure. The community has historically registered displacement due to mining activities in their region. So in Niyamgiri project, I think you must have seen. In Niyamgiri project, this Dongariya Kon, they started a protest movement because Vedanta Alumina company wanted to this mining area of that Niyamgiri Okay, and they started protest, and finally they went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court put a stay order. So now they are living in those area. So mining activities, they were not ready to move. They are concerned about the violation of the rights in the name of development. Ensuring their rights requires a balance between development and preservation of indigenous culture. If you see, there are 62 tribes in our state, 62 tribes in our state, and if you see the PVTZ, there are 13 PVTZ communities. Okay, just remember these numbers. Odisha Human Rights Commission, the Odisha Human Rights Commission was established in 2003 under the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. It is a quasi-judicial body. What is the meaning of quasi-judicial body? It is having judicial power, but not like a court. Rather, it would act, you'd say, kind of a semi-court or civil court. It will have a power of a civil court. So, quasi-judicial body dedicated to the protection and promotion of human rights in the state. The commission investigates complaints of human rights violation either suo motu or on petition. You can just remember, human rights violation, they can go for the suo motu. Yani ki self, they can start the investigation. Okay, suo motu. Nijo level re, nije se mane start kari paribe. Other one is the on petition. Petition if filed by the third person. Jodi apna file kale, then Human Rights Commission can start the investigation, or suo motu, right? OHRC comprises a chairperson, usually a retired Chief Justice, and members with experience in human rights. Okay, so one is chairperson and members with experience in human rights. It has the powers of a civil court. Just I am discussing with you. Civil court, quasi-judicial body, can recommend compensation, inquiry, prosecution in suitable cases. Though its recommendation are not binding. So it can recommend compensation. If a person's rights has been violated, the OHRC can recommend the government to compensate that person. Inquiry can be recommended because they do not have their own authority for the inquiry and investigation. They have to rely on the state government. So they can recommend the inquiry or prosecution, but those recommendations are not binding. They carry significant moral and administrative weight. When we say significant moral or administrative weight, if Human Rights Commission has given the notice, that means it would come to the public domain. So it's a kind of a moral pressure or administrative pressure for the government to provide justice to that community or to that person. Which RC also undertakes awareness campaign and advises the government on human rights related laws and practices. Okay. Now MCQs, please answer one by one. Consider the following statement with reference to the sample registration system report 2021. The MMR was 130 during 14 and 16. During 14 and 16 and declined to 93 1921. The new natal mortality rate has declined from 26 in 2014 and 22 in 2021. 22 in 2021. New natal. Okay. Then under 5 mortality rate has declined from 45 in 2014 and 31 in 2021. So if you see, the first statement is correct and the third statement is correct. This is 19, right? This is 19. So second statement is incorrect and first and third are correct. First and third are correct. Yes, D is the answer. Moving to the next. My Bharat Portal. The portal was launched on the 31st October 2022. 2022. On the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Okay. In this, youth are motivated to participate in public welfare disaster relief awareness campaign. This is correct, but this is 2023. So this statement is incorrect. Answer is only 2, or again B. Yes. Next. Buddha Banam is a Buddhist theme park located in the northern banks of the Krishna River in Karnataka. Northern banks of the Krishna River in Karnataka. And this park is a part of integrated Buddhist circuit being developed by the government of India. So this is not Karnataka, rather it is Telangana. Okay. So Nagarjun Sagar, what do you call? So B is the answer, only 2. Okay. Next. Justice Suryakant has been appointed as the executive chairperson of the NALSA. NALSA was constituted under the Legal Service Authority Act, pattern in chief with Chief Justice of India. So not executive but acting, not full time but acting, temporary, interim you can say. So in this part you can say incorrect. This one is correct. B, only 2. Okay. Renowned lawyer and child rights activist Bhuvan Rivu was awarded as the Medal of Honor by the World Jurist Association, one given by the World Law Congress 2025, held in the Republic of Jamaica. It's not Jamaica, it is Dominica. Okay, Dominica. So this is incorrect. Only 1 is the correct. Heat index. What is the primary reason behind the higher heat index values during the heat wave conditions? Heat index कौन ପାଇଁ ଅଧିକା ଥାଏ? आपण देखिए, if you see the अपन को phone रे, you might have seen the temperature in your phone. The temperature is let's say 35, and there it must be written, it feels like 42. Why? Because of the high humidity. Okay, because of the high humidity. So the heat index, the value is high because of the high humidity. If you see, 70 to 80% is the humidity in air. Okay, next. In which article the Indian Constitution is a judge of a High Court appointed? Judge of a High Court appointed. 217. Judge of a High Court appointed. 217. Odisha Human Rights Commission was established under which of the following act? Which of the following act? Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. Which tribal community in Odisha has the NHRC expressed concern over regarding their basic rights? Dongoria Kond. Okay, Dongoria Kond. Okay, so this is the mains question. Discuss the role and challenges of the Odisha Human Rights Commission in safeguarding human rights in the state. Suggest measures for strengthening its constitutional efficacy. Okay, so first you have to write the role and challenge. First you have to write the role. So basically you will have 3 headings. The first one is the role, then challenges, and then you have to write the measures. Okay, there are 3 headings where you have to write an answer. There are 3 headings you have to write an answer. Fine. Discuss the challenges faced by the particularly vulnerable tribal groups in India with a focus on the Dongoria Kond community. How can development initiatives be aligned with the protection of the rights and culture? The first you have to write challenges, the first heading. After the introduction, the first heading would be challenges. First, second is how development initiative be aligned with the protection of their rights and culture. So then you have to write the initiatives. So you just mention the constitutional aspects as well. What are the constitutional provisions to protect the rights of the tribal community, as well as the initiative or the schemes that has been launched by the central government as well as the state government to protection of these rights. Okay, that also you can highlight. Yesterday's question was, this was the yesterday's question, not today. Yesterday's question: discuss the challenges faced in the conservation of urban water bodies in India using Asa Sagar in Bhawanipatna as a case study. Analyze the role of community participation and government initiative in the restoration of such water bodies. Okay, what are the challenges in conserving urban water bodies? This has been written, the challenges: pollution. The case study is Dipur Bill in Guwahati, which was in news, how this municipality waste were going straight to that water body. Sasmita, yes, of course. Encroachment. Water bodies have been encroached by those real estate business to build apartments or large buildings. That is also killing, or this water bodies are dying. Lack of data or institutional framework is another problem faced by these water bodies. And eutrophication is something. The nutrient enrichment by what you call those water bodies by the runoff water which comes from the agricultural field. So these are the challenges or the problems faced by this urban water bodies. Community participation. First one is the awareness campaign, what we call the IEC, Information, Education and Communication, IEC. And second one is the volunteer clean up drives, monitoring and maintenance. Okay. Next question is, evaluate the significance of institutional awards like Dinanath Pathi Kala Sanman in preserving and promoting traditional art forms in India. Discuss the impact of such recognition on artists and cultural heritage. So recognition and validation, inspiration for a future generation. Best thing is to preserve the culture or the heritage or the painting form that is known as the Pattachitra painting, what we call. Okay, so the dedication or the credit goes to this person to protect or to preserve such this epic painting. Impact on artist and cultural heritage, enhanced visibility, economic support, preservation of technique, cultural continuity. So all those details or these points have been highlighted. You can write in your answer. Okay, so that's it. This is the foundation batch. RMC 15th May is the last day to enroll to avail this great knowledge festival sale. And if you want to join, you can use this code JN Live to get the maximum discount. Let me show you the features of this course. 1100 hours of live classes would be there in the Arambh batch, and the batch would be in English and Hindi format. Okay, one-to-one group mentorship, module-wise test, complete prelims test series, daily mains question answer, daily current affairs PPT, weekly current affairs PDF, monthly state-wise current affairs, monthly current affairs magazine, current affairs MCQs, daily class PPT, topic-wise complete content, daily handwritten notes. So you will see it's a complete package. Okay, it's a complete package. Now, it has 2 years validity. I mean 24 months of validity. Classes would be there in your portal. Materials will be given to you, and whenever you want to study, you can access those materials and classes. So full recorded courses or classes would be there in your portal for 24 months. NCERT recorded classes, as you know that NCERT is the foundation of any civil service preparation. So we are giving NCERT classes in the recorded form, so you can go through that and watch it. Now, one initiative that has been taken by the StudyIQ, after enrolling in this course, in the first attempt itself, if you simply clear the prelims, you will get the 100% fee refund. You will get the 100% fee refund. Okay, this is what given in this course. So we have Abhyas test series as well, and sociology optional, geography optional, and home science optional as well. So this is my Telegram channel. You can join it to get this PDF. You can reach out to me through Facebook and Instagram, so that if you have any query, any doubt, you can reach out to me and ask, and we will or I would be happy to solve those doubts and problem. Okay. Thank you very much. See you soon, and please share this session to your friends and like and subscribe our channel. Thank you very much. See you soon, or see you tomorrow